Can we see what the fruits of your labours are?
This is like gold dust, this stuff.
Want to talk about the swirling googles? Gallons of water cascaded down the main street as people struggled valiantly to save their stock and their flour and other flowers. Oops, we've had a minor distraction over there in the corner. Looters were out in full force today in Greymouth. We see them now taking things out of the shops and putting them onto trucks. Hordes and hordes of them were there. Splashing through the puddles.
Look at that,
Gangs will run riot on the streets. Mind you, they were quite civilised, they didn't break any windows. Somebody's going into the bank.
No, he's not.
No, he's casing the joint. There he is. Obviously a masked intruder. Hold on, here come the police. Let me escape. They're going to deal with the other looters. Probably to give them a hand. Meanwhile, the train still hasn't got across the road.
Here comes the luscious derelict.
We're going to do an interview on the street. Come on. Excuse me, madam, how are you coping with the flood?
We're not. It hasn't happened yet. Oh, we're all right. We've got all of our stuff on.
Have you? Oh, that's good.
It's just everyone else. Yeah, we've got to try and help other people, but no one seems to want any help. So we'll just stand here and have a chat.
And would you like to give a message to the rest of Greymouth?
No.
Oh,
Just good luck. Just good luck.
Oh, thank you very much. There's one inside. Back to the story at the bank. We have 3 on the outside, set for a quick getaway in their canoe, and lo and behold, there's somebody inside. Obviously the tactician.
Is he coxless then? He's running from the scene.
He's heading away, quickly. Hold on, he should burst through that undergrowth in a minute. Yes, things are moving. He's out for a quick paddle. More looters are escaping with their booty. And then
Just a small wave.
no, they're a bit shy. They're starting to cover their faces
And doing their
and
hair.
pose and turn their bums around so we can see them.
Okay.
Speaking of which, fine set of legs heading up the footpath.
Oh, here's
What train is it?
the 940.
It's the 262, 2652 going up the station.
All aboard, please.
You miss this one, it could be your last chance. There's Mr. Orchard out in all his finery trying to see who's putting his stuff down instead of lifting it up. There's Drakey just gone past to make sure Mr. Orchard's not speeding. The man of the moment, here he is.
Hey, Brienne. Well, here comes another one. The backup.
Another man of the moment.
Be on holiday.
But he couldn't resist splashing puddles everywhere and making everybody else wet. Oh, here's a couple of kids that have obviously wagged school today. What are you up to, boys?
Having a look around.
Splashing in puddles? Looting and pillaging? Oh, that's good. We'll catch you later. Running from the scene. Here we are, man of the moment, Stretch. How's your eye after your football match?
Terrible.
How's your pie? Give us a running commentary, Mr.
This is a sad event. You shouldn't be filming this. No, no, no.
It's hard to film at this angle. The looters and pillagers have got the heavy machinery in now.
Yeah, it's all been rather odd. There's a couple of trucks on it.
Can't see me, Buster. As the water cascades down the river, we have hordes of people flocking to see the finery, the scenery. And the wettery of it all. Catch these leaks. Oh, there's my forage.
Oh, here she comes.
Shit, it's come up there.
I'm not going to be in there. Here comes Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
goes, we're in Blake, man.
Karen's just going to make us all a cup of coffee. She's feeling quite on high today.
At 6 it was raining up and down the coast, 13 in Westport, 12 degrees.
Has it been raining then?
The predicted coastline high 15 degrees.
One small jump for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hold on, she's just disappeared for a minute. I'll just get around the back and see if I can pick her up on this other channel. Where you gone? There she is. She's just going to whip out the back of the fridge and then pour us a coffee.
Got butter on your scones?
Do I want scones on my butter? It's more to the point. Hello.
Actually open.
Tony, have you got a message for the rest of your... Get back!
Well, I've been in the beach. Just go on.
Well, tell us what's happening, boys.
Well, it is pretty rainy here today. Well, as you can see, the water's just coming over the wharf now, and it's got a flood that holds down. It's still only low tide, and so high tide at 12 o'clock, so by the time that comes, the whole place will be about 6 feet underwater.
And what time should that be?
Well, there's a high spring tide at midday, and it's only I haven't got a watch up 9:30 or so now, so you've still got 2.5 hours.
Very good. Thanks, lads.
flooding.
Are you here for the last one?
Ah, I got here just after.
I bet they don't have these in America.
Can do. That little valley where I live, we get like, well, the middle of our winter is January, and we get the freeze water, get ice, and the ice will jam up, back up the water, and run it down through the thing. There's a cute little artesian well coming out of here.
We're going to be on the telly.
Oh, again, I'm used to it.
No, we want
to do them from the other side.
Yeah. Here comes that lady giving me a cup of coffee.
Oh, what's his name? Piner's going to bring him around the back next one.
Oh, yeah.
Next load.
On his point.
Oh, they're not too bad. Oh, they're going around the back now, are they?
Or the next load. just now. Karen? We do.
It's real high.
Yeah.
Very high. Higher than last time?
Hey, we only got an inch last time.
It's up 2 inches. You raise it 6 inches.
You can lift up 3 burnt burgers until your bun's out. Look at the carpet, just leave it.
Washing wheel.
It's stained stick washing wheel.
Just get Daryl and he sucks it dry. Right?
That stuff that's wet.
But not with silk. Not with silk.
Yes.
So you have to coat it. The whole idea.
Hello, labour department's still working.
Yeah.
Crazy. My staff are on the first floor and up to not even
They're working.
Yeah. No, they're not. No, they're not. No one's See, there's nothing over there. Tell you what though, that's a formidable place to get you down around those things swinging. That's just to make it easier.
Okay,
It's definitely still right.
I wonder if anybody else has got one. Go and turn the sign on. Yeah. Not in force like last time, are they? The what? The army. No. Mind you, they've moved it quite late this time.
Then they said the school was flooding with the stream. They just pulled us up and was running and laughing coming up. And so yeah, stop.
You're on camera.
Have you shifted from your house? No. Well, no, I just was up at O'Sullivan's the other day, and Blair, I said to Blair, when you shift up here, you'll have some kids to stay with. And he says, oh, Nicole, shifted. Bye. Oh well, we shall go home.
Everybody leave town.
Okay then.
Leave town.
We're leaving.
Get people on the quay, please. Don't stand here looking. Leave the town.
You go in it.
Yeah, we're going to get into Tony's.
Same day coach. Would you like to?
No, I wouldn't really. It's a bit rude.
Where you going? Wipe that one. See you later. Where can we go to as another place? There he is, up here. Open that window up there. Why can't I see? The lenses are fogged up. Do you know what I can't see? Look, fucking thing.
Why aren't we up there?
Yeah. Seeing that on film? Yep. See those legs? A big shiny good leg. Street, good name for that one. Our boat, just coming out of the yard now. I think that's our boat down there. The little yellow terror. Gummies are just got full. we've got an onion on the roof. Hi Kevin, wave to the camera. Twisty's shagging off work again. Is that the boat? Right, that's Scooby-Doo. Come along, girls. Nobody's talking.
Dari belakang ini.
Holiday Adventures.
Brandon?
Who said it had stopped raining?
Yeah, who doesn't see that?
Oh yeah.
I can still hide behind it with my camera for a minute. It was raining.
What?
Venice, I should say. It's like being in Venice.
Still no showing no sign of really going down either.
No.
There's so much more I can't go.
Makes you wonder.
You can stop it going another 4 feet, I suppose. 4 foot, 6 foot above this. It's one thing about it, you're still safe on the top still. Got nowhere to go.
Could go to Westport.
It's upstream. There you go. We've got a pretty good platform for getting photos from here.
Bit of posterity here, is it?
If he sort of gets mixed up with that broken glass, he'll be right, won't he?
Yeah. He won't do it again, will he?
It'll turn a lovely colour.
Well, come on, Paul, jump in and save him. Be a hero.
Look at that.
Off with his glass over there. Full broken glass.
Broken glass is going to make a biscuit bottle.
Yeah.
Looks like you're over there.
Well, we are sneaking down a couple of inches.
Yeah, we
We
are.
only have 4, but
Yeah.
see that red brick's starting to show a bit more often here. Hey, Lulu, shut up! For Christ's sake.
I won't use mine.
Where?
No, because I'll save the batteries in it.
Why?
Eh?
Why?
Just in case it's something.
On September afternoon, Fairleys is barely seeable. Rail wagons are virtually underwater. Kendrick and Kennedy, yes, I think they'll be saved. Top end of town's looking pretty bright. And around about the post office intercom area, well, we've had a couple of sleepers go through there, and the phone box is underwater. The post office itself, well, it's
naked.
It's naked. It's completely naked. Completely. The courthouse is completely naked. You won't get anything from Blanchfield for a while. Their bakery sort of shut down for a fair while. Up the end of town there, we have Westpac. Well, Westpac itself, look, they look like they won't have any money for a while. They'll be a bit wet to get any money out of there. And
Can't see Westpac.
now Westpac's in behind.
And behind Reese's arse.
Yeah, and we have the steak bar. Well, the steak bar, their food's pretty well. We're pretty out of it by now.
Oh, sorry.
It's me. I just got it by the cameraman here. Well, the steak bar's pretty wet. They go, no, get some sliced sandwiches out of the ABC.
She's not worried. Look at her. She's smiling.
And the cook there, the cook's laughing her head off. She thinks it's just a big joke. And up, well, we have Cobden over the end there. Well, the Cobden's looking pretty wet. It's, oh, well, you still just see some cars in the high street.
Can't see the Cobden takeaway sign flashing.
The Cobden takeaway sign's flashing. Hello, we have a bottle of sauce down the middle.
Hello, looks like
That's
steak bars.
Steak bar sauce. Yes, it's the bottle there you can just see out front. That's steak bar sauce. And down the end of town, well, it's looking pretty rough actually. There's nobody there for driving around at all. There's not even a car inside.
We might have transport available in the
We've got some transport out of here. Here we go. Yes, we've got local transport, which is local chopper around town looking for passengers. They're not charging very much at the moment. They've got a guy hanging out the side. Oh, he's fallen. He's gone. No, he's not. He's fallen. He's still hanging on. But town looks a real bloody mess.
It was a short trip, wasn't it?
That's a real mess, isn't it?
Yes.
Real mess.
And bringing you that report was your roving reporter.
Yeah, with the glass of JD in his hand. It's,
didn't he do a well job?
Didn't he do a well job? He did too.
Well.
Yeah, what do you want? Just the essentials you want to try and get there. Have a good time. Give us a little fun, eh? There's a public class, please. Come back at 5. Time to come back at 5.
here we are again, 2 days after the flood. The water has subsided but left behind a trail of devastation and great despair. Standing on the Cobden side of the river, looking across at the Moreton slip that's come down, causing the road to be blocked for about 2 or 3 days at least. The remains of the old road bridge there, and in the background you see the railway bridge. Certainly going to take a long time to clear all that. God knows what's going to come down on top of it. Looks like the Whitebaiters bus has had to shift to higher ground. That bus was actually parked along this road down here that's now submerged. Can't spot any whitebait down there though. The swirling googlers. These guys have been busy hosing down all the roads. At the milk treatment station now. Boys have been busy working. They had to strip all the motors down because the water went right through everything. The famous carting machine is totally coked out. Again. Out the back they've been busy trying to dry out all the cartons and rubbish out there. I wonder who was stoking the boilers and blow drying the coal. It's hard to believe that 2 days ago this was an absolutely roaring torrent as the water came down the railway line. The water was actually up level with those white boxes on the poles there. Sergeant Shields was asking a looter how much they got. Somebody's waiting to post a letter. Over at the bank they're washing down their bullions. Local law enforcement's there to make sure nobody robs anything. Without leaving women on it.
Nice bowl we had here. Nice bowl we had here. There were 200 litres. Now we've got 600 so
And all the shoes left at Hannah's all belong to the left foot. Hello. How's it going, Miriam?
Hello. You and that camera. How will you get lost? You've done nothing to take films since the first year. Wish I had you here though that morning.
Yeah.
What did you look like there? And back in there? Is it all?
It looks lovely and clean now.
Yeah.
How's the bookshop looking?
Well,
it's looking.
we're gradually getting
We're
it
not
down.
quite there.
Getting it slightly, well, I'd say better than it looked before.
Yeah.
You should have seen the pile of sludge.
Yeah.
Oh, but did your motors go and all that sort of thing?
Our motors are all going again, Miriam.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm going. I just wish I took photos we opened the store. You know.
That's when you should have been here, all right, Mike.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Look, the books and you know it was all over them.
I wonder how old Brucey feels about this.
Well, he rang me last night. He's very concerned.
Is he? Here's one of the council workers, really hard at work. He's dug himself a great big sand pile to play in. Oops, there he goes, he's racing back to his truck. Reaching in, what's he after? He's going to get his semis out for his dinner. Boss is obviously coming to town. He can't have his sandwich just yet. So he's pleading with him. No, he's had enough. Now he's going back to his truck. He's obviously a man of decision. Aha. Whoops. He's the man that digs the potholes. My golly. And here comes another Tonka toy. Oh, sweetheart. I wonder how pleased he is that he brought back after all this. He's only been in there a minute, right? He looks totally thrilled. He's going to have a fast getaway with his rubbish. No, he's left his rubbish behind. He's just going to have a fast getaway. There he goes. He's racing up to his garage. things again as usual, except for a few minor details. The floor's a wee bit wet. And all the wiring's trying to dry out at the back. We had a few minor sparks there yesterday, nearly under the wall. Apart from that, the coffee's on, the drinks are there, and in the corner we've got the chairs. Could have a bit of trouble sitting on those ones. And the milkman hasn't been yet. Out in the alley, it was very smelly, but we called in Sally and we're all clean again. The water out here was about 3 to 4 feet high and very pongy. And our paint's still wet, but we're working on it. The tone of the neighbourhood's really gone down. ABC hasn't cleaned up their mess yet for a long time. It looks like our sister city, Bangladesh. Behind the ABC and down some clearance. It's a bit messy. I kind of reason to feel quite pissed off about this. Hello, there's a bit of shrubbery. And a fridge.
Still chug.
Still weird. Yeah. Water divine election. congestion in the Labour Department today. They're all getting on top of one another. The local hoods going through the town. Oops, they're not going to go for gold there, they're going to go somewhere else for gold. The railways have just included new engines. Yeah, you better do it properly.
Didn't work out either.
Shiny nozzle. These guys have been here since 10 o'clock this morning trying to find water. Somebody forgot to put the plug in.
Doing wicked then.
I know. It was a nice try, but he missed.
Well, the branch of one of the other machines. You got two here? Right? No, the third one. We got the left over here as well. All the machine got two left in the train, and not the plate.
Would have been talking on this phone the other day, they would have been going glug glug glug. Good to see the army's out helping. Oh, mind your back, Len. There's our balcony where we were rescued off by a jet boat. Train stalled in, just got back to clean the motors. guarding the border so nobody breaches it. There's an escapee. Will she be allowed to pass? Yes. Normally they shoot on sight. Just checking their papers and their passports. Lovely people. Ah, here's a foreigner. Will they be allowed in? Obviously an immigrant. Immigration department. No, lady, you got the wrong one. You'll have to go back. It's got to be a green one. Meanwhile, these foreign infiltrators aren't being allowed into the country. Good. Good.
Need to be on your lead. Straighten it up.
We're actually on the back road of Taylorville at the moment.
And that road, this road then.
They're not doing a very good job of it, are they?
It's taken a hell of a long time. But a lot of them trees will come down first.
There's a big truck coming, Johnny.
Where do you go?
It'll come around the corner.
Oh, I see it.
Going like a bat out of hell. When do you think they'd slow down?
Nobody went there today.
The car.
Standing up on the hill by the snowflake factory, looking down onto the river as it is now, gives you a fair indication of where it's been. Like, it's been up quite high even. Looking down towards Moreton, there's the old slip, happened a few years back, and that, by comparison, is the new one. She's a real doozy. Quite large. There's the stop bank, which is supposed to stop all the water. The road that we're on is quite a busy one because it's the only access road into Greymouth at the moment. The other one being closed by the slip. There's the old snowflake factory in the background. Just standing around the back of the Cobden Hill now to film this. Straight across the road from Stephenson. So it's friggin' hairy actually. God knows how the trains are going to get past that lot. One thing's for sure, they weren't wrong with their sign. Hi, Fletch. Hey, Fletch.
Sympathy until they move to higher ground. And after the latest disaster, even Greymouth's mayor thinks they may be right.
As the clean-up goes on, residents and shopkeepers are still counting their losses. For many, it's a loss they can never recoup.
One or two who are living on money that they've borrowed to get started after the previous flood, and how they're going to be faced now when a lot of them have had so much stock damage.
But it's not new to Greymouth. On Preston Road, for example, in the suburb of Blaketown, dozens of these houses have been refused flood cover over the past 2 or 3 years. Only long-standing clients of insurance companies have managed to keep their cover. Now the trickle of refusals looks set to turn into its own flood. The mayor himself admits that the borough has a stupid town plan.
And our stupid borough policy confines our commercial development to this area. And it's only, say, 2% of the borough, and in our wisdom over the years we've done this, forced people to build here and forced people to stay here. So we've got to get our act together as a borough.
Greymouth's been ravaged by about 30 major floods since it was built in 1864. Only 2 years after that, the first flood hit the town, and residents were asking the government to pay for flood protection. The floods have grown worse, and each time it happens, calls go up for it to be moved to higher ground. High Street, aptly named, wasn't hurt by the flood. Some believe Greymouth should have been built around it. In the hills, the search goes on for a man missing since the floods. Police are hoping he sought refuge in another hut in the area. In town, the dump too is getting legal attention. Civil Defence says children have been pinching food from the tip and they're worried about germs. It's a heartbreaking task, seeing everything old and new going to the dump. 3 other young people appeared in Greymouth's apology for a court for breaking the curfew in the town centre. But in West Coast tradition, old customs went by the board and even the solicitors dressed for the occasion. The courts also lost some of the oldest records of crime in the country. It's just one small part of the total cost to Greymouth. Sahai Tiffin for the Network News.
Tens of thousands of people
and the heartache it caused. And it appears that if the government and local authorities had got together sooner, the disaster could have been averted.
As its name indicates, Greymouth is based at the mouth of the Grey River, and that's the problem. Since it was settled in the 1860s, it's flooded no less than 32 times. Probably the early settlers thought the floods were a passing phase, but the floods kept coming. And in more recent times, the floods seem to be coming more often. This was the flood in December '84. In May this year, another flood hit the town. Finally, last Tuesday, Greymouth got the doozy of them all, its biggest flood in recorded history. And as these before and after shots show, the heavy downpour of rain, which was fed into the river by its tributaries, caused havoc all around the town. There's no reliable estimate yet, but repairing the damage is expected to run into millions of dollars. And that's not counting the cost of the emergency services which swung into action to help the town. This building in the heart of the commercial area shows how the floods are getting progressively worse. In December '84, the floodwaters came to here. Last May, they rose that high. And last week, they came this high. Long-time mayor of the town, Dr. Barry Dallas, has seen all the major floods of recent years. Do you think nature's trying to tell you something?
I think we better start listening. The floods are getting worse. It's nothing that we've done downstream like the Cobden Bank or not dredging the river. The floods are getting worse.
Warwick Coombridge is the general manager of the Westland Catchment Board. The board has described the 2 floods this year as a 20-year flood and a 50-year flood. The only problem is there's no way of predicting when they'll hit. How do you know next week you won't get a 100-year flood?
Well, we don't. It's a probability game in many respects. Greymouth has problems in that most of the area here is in fact a fan of the Grey River. There aren't too many areas above the floodplain.
Am I right in assuming in simple terms what you mean is that Greymouth should not have been built where it was?
With the information we have today, the appreciation of the capital developments that have occurred, the answer is certainly in the affirmative.
The West Coast has some of the heaviest rainfalls in the country. The rain clouds sweep in, hit the Southern Alps, and then dump their water on the coast. The Grey River, with its extensive tributaries, picks up the rainwater, and at this time of year, melting snow as well. The volume of the river in full flood is illustrated by Ken Burridge's farm, 40 miles upriver from Greymouth. This was once good pasture, but 50 acres of it has been destroyed by last Tuesday's flood. The silt and muck carried down by the flood has meant at least $50,000 worth of land has been made useless. Kevin Burridge is now negotiating with the catchment board to put a stop bank in to protect his farm. If a stop bank is the answer for him, would proper stop banks protect Greymouth further down the river? A stop bank has already been built to protect the suburb of Cobden on the southern bank of the Grey River. Last week, it met its greatest test.
70 plus houses used to be flooded regularly there. The bank has probably paid for itself 10 times over in the last 6 months.
With Greymouth getting such a regular dunking over the years, the question immediately arises as to why a stop bank wasn't built years ago to protect the main commercial area of the town, in Blaketown, the adjacent suburb which suffered so much in last week's flood.
Preliminary designs were done for flood protection works some 11 years ago. The scheme has been held up because of financial constraints in the community.
The financial constraints Mr. Coombridge refers to resulted from an inability of a whole series of local agencies to get their act together. The Catchment Board, the Harbour Board, the Railways, the Town Council, and last but not least, the Maori landowners, who lease out 200 acres that form the heart of Greymouth, have dithered for years over raising the necessary money to build a stop bank on the northern or town side of the river.
Isn't your council being a bit foolish? Shouldn't it act now? And shouldn't it really start to spend some big money on earthworks to hold the river back?
We're more foolish than that. We should have started 30 years ago when it was first built. Yes, we are absolutely foolish under the guise of the Town and Country Planning Act. We have protected a few wealthy businessmen in town, and we have protected the Maoris. Yeah, we're very foolish.
The catchment board now has the $3.3 million needed to protect the town with adequate flood banks, but the work could take a long time to complete. With its history of serious flooding, the comparatively leisurely pace protection work is proceeding at is, to say the least, a little surprising.
How do you know that next year, the year after, you're not going to get the really, really big flood that'll force you all to move anyway?
Don't you mean next week? How do we know it's not going to come in on the tail of another cyclone? We don't know. We're just taking a stupid risk.
In 1986, central government came to the party with a subsidy for flood protection, and another grant of little over $1 million would see Greymouth protected from flooding much quicker.
We hope, as a consequence of the events that we've had in the last few months and our submissions to government are along these lines, that we can fast-track the rest of the proposal and that we can get funds immediately to complete the scheme, hopefully before the end of next year.
The attitude of the insurance industry may act as an incentive to get the work speeded up. Ken Bowater, head of state insurance at Greymouth, is very clear as to how his company will treat people who want to insure against flood damage.
If you haven't been insured with us before, we would insure it, but not for flood.
That seems to be the main risk in this area. Isn't that basically saying that your company's decided that the risk is too high in this town to cover?
We haven't given flood cover to new clients in the area for some years now. People that buy in that area know what they're buying into.
However, the forces of nature are so strong on the west coast that even while engineers are confident proper stop banks will stop Greymouth popping up in the network news so often, total guarantees as to flood protection are hard to find.
When you've spent your $3.3 million and got the stop bank up, would you be able to give the people of Greymouth an assurance that the houses won't flood anymore?
There will always be hazards associated with a river system like this, and it is important that over a reasonable time frame we plan to reduce hazards, either through flood proofing of buildings or alternatively slow and rational relocation of structures.
Is that a roundabout way of saying that you can't give an absolute assurance that Greymouth, even with the new wall, won't be flooded again?
There's no absolute assurance that your vehicle wouldn't will fall off your vehicle on the way home. In essence, we are all in a situation where we live adjusting for reasonable risks.
Isn't that another way of saying that this river is a mighty river subject to the forces of nature and you never know when it's going to do something?
Here we are 1 week after the flood and people are streaming out of town still, evacuating, even though the flood waters have subsided. And down on the railway tracks we can see that the guys are actually looking for minerals that have washed down the river with their Geiger counters and things. As you can see, the railways got their trucks running again. Meanwhile, we're going on to clean up the town. Old Peter Haddock's brought his little toys down to play with. Mind you, I think there's a bit of whitebait being caught at the same time. Peter's trying to convince them to actually use the bucket to scoop the whitebait out. give us a demo. Moment, I think they're actually lifting up the railway tracks. Maybe the railways have given them the go-ahead to build the border after all. Here's Auntie Eve's bus. Well done, Peter. Meanwhile, negotiations are still going on for the sale of the State Bar. I understand it's been held up due to inclement weather conditions. Everything should be piping hot though. And the phone should be working soon. They're getting a good trade though. Nobody can get past anywhere else. Whoops, head, your digger's tipped up. You all right?
don't know. Mom, painted she don't love me now.
Farming in North Otago may be forced off the land.
In the worst hit areas, the picture's grim. Stock have eaten out winter feed, and after months without rain, there's no spring growth. Every day the drought goes on, farmers must feed their stock or sell. Capital stock like these cattle represent the farmer's only income. It's a hard decision. But what about the sheep?
Oh, well, just wait and see. Probably next week, probably make it.
But most farmers can't afford to wait. Already about a fifth of the stock in the area has gone.
How many do you think will have to leave the farm this time?
Well, it's pretty hard to say.